Hello and welcome everyone to my beta review on my channel. Now actually with sound. I don't know how many of you just saw the video that I uploaded at the normal time. I actually forgot to totally insert the sound file and I can't find it anymore, so it's totally gone. So I have no file with audio going on there. That's sad, but not too bad. I'm just gonna record a new one and try to just say the same thing than before again, but I think my thoughts didn't change too much about the last hour, so shouldn't be too bad. Just sorry for that. Here's the new video. Excuse me. So, let's just start with the Beta of Northgard, the mystical hawk. I can't really pronounce them since the last time. I didn't learn it better. So this spectral creature has been harmed by Dragger, and you might fight him hurting somewhere around in Northgard. Once you heal him to full health, Beta of Northgard will rise and you will earn 100 lore, what is quite good. Once healed, he wandered around Northgard for a whole year and will discover 6 new areas for your clan, what is actually quite strong. I gotta admit that I never had the mystical hawk in my range. I played around 10 matches or something, so I guess the, like, how can you say it, the spawn rate of him is quite low. So I can't say how much the healing is doing on him, so how much healing you actually need to do on him. But just looking at the bar here, it looks like maybe compared to War Chief, and he will be quite hurted, so you will need to heal quite a lot, so I guess you will need medicine for that. Because that will give you a nice boost. But then it can be quite strong. It can be really quite strong. Didn't play it, so didn't had it, so can't tell you too much about it. If it's overpowered or underpowered or something, I just would say it's a nice implementation, and I look forward to maybe have some of these close to me at some point. So let's just go on to the next one. It's a new neutral faction, the Goblins. They occupy several tiles in a map that have many precious resources. If you player want to get these resources, you'll have to wipe their camp. But doing so, you'll lose the ability to trade with the kobolds. Be cautious, they are pretty generous allies, but very resentful enemies. So how do we start with that? So clearing out the goblins is actually not that super hard. They are, I guess, a little bit stronger than a villager, so just more attack power, and I guess he has a little bit less life, but the more attack power will, I think, let a goblin win in a fight against one villager. But that won't happen too much, because you can the goblins won't attack you in my thoughts. I don't know, I've never been an enemy with them, so it is possible that they attack you if you attacked them before too. It's possible, but you just gotta watch out that you don't leave any cleared tiles beside them, because they will colonize it quite fast, and if you want to keep them as a trading partner, you don't want to attack them. So just look if you clear out a tile next to a goblin tile that you just colonize this right away, because they will colonize it. And if you want to clear out a goblin base, be sure to clear it out at one time and then take it over, because they will respawn like really fast, man. Not compared to Wolf's Cave or Dragon 2, really fast. So just kill them. But they are really good trade partners. The better your relationship to them gets, the better gets the trade route. It's just like with the Yodna, but not ending, you know. The Yodna, sometimes it ends. Let's go to Thor's Wrath. Thor's Wrath, control the Thor's Wrath tile and you become a follower of the hammer-wielding god of thunder. Colonizing this tile will grant you 50 fame and 5% faction-wide bonus attack power. This is a really great tile if you play 3v3 or something, because your whole team will get this faction-wide bonus. And yeah, if you just count it up to 10 extras, 10 shield bearers and 10 warriors for each team, let's say it like that, you have like 30 units that get 5% faction-wide attack power. Yeah, that's really strong for them team games. I really like this implementation. I wouldn't say it's too overpowered because yeah, it's 5%, you know, it's not too much I would say, but it can decide fights. What is why I think that's a quite good implementation, because yeah, something that can change the past of a game. Always cool. Yeah, we have a new tile. It's called the lake. The lake always has fish, and the bear clan has great chances to have one near that home hole. Yeah, so I didn't play bear all too much, but when I had bear, I usually had like 2 of those lake tiles. What isn't too good for the start, if you know what I mean. I really like to play them early bear starts, and for them, yeah, you really want the field or hunter's lodge just to get a good early game eco just to explode a little bit earlier. If you want to go for a late game into hop units, that is actually something that I didn't do too often with the bear clan. It can be quite good because yeah, you have the guaranteed, not guaranteed, that's the thing, but like 1 fish there, and it's very common to find a second fish, and the hop units can be very yeah, efficient, say it like that. Didn't play that too often, but I think this door now got it's a little bit more open for the bear. Just go more for late game bear. I don't know how much it can compare to the goat or to the stag, but yeah, it has now his lakes. I can't quite tell right now if it's yeah, too good for the bear if he has only lakes around them. I think the bear still needs a good food source. Just like I'm not too much a fan of fishing myself. I don't know why, but yeah, as a bear clan I more felt like the fish is not too needful for me, because the villagers, if you didn't upgrade it will just fish at the same rate. Yeah, they did before, just fish a little bit more on the winter, and with bear you have actually the bonus that you have lesser that you're yeah, oh my god, dude. That the minus on your food production so gets a little bit lower, so from the 30% you collect less in winter, you will collect 30% more. So it's not like it's completely negotiated, it's like 1/3 of it will not hit you. Yeah, it's not too much, it's quite a little bit of math, I know, but yeah, that made me usually not take the 60 wood for them. Yeah, for these fisher huts, but yeah, it could be quite good. Like I said, I'm not the harpoon player, and the harpoons could really make this efficient. But yeah, we just gotta see that. So, another new tile, the Gazier. Your clan can now relax at this nice hot water source. Colonizing a Gazier tile will grant the player +1 happiness and will reduce food consumption during winter by 10%. Yeah, that's really a cool tile. I don't know if you saw the first video from me where I like played the first game on the beta and for myself, and just recorded it to see how I would react to things. And like I ranted a little bit about the Gazier tile because I thought like it were my 6th tile to take, I think. And I were about, okay, let's see if I get the territory happiness and the Gazier happiness, and I were totally counting on that, and then I were a little bit ranting about that I didn't got the territory happiness. But then somebody in my comments told me that you will actually get no happiness for your 3rd, 6th and 9th tile. So yeah, newbie me, I didn't knew that. Yeah, I lose sometimes a little bit track about my happiness, about what you get in territory. But yeah, so actually it would give you the 2 happiness if you take it on any other tile than the 3rd, 6th or 9th, you will get +2 happiness for that tile, basically. And the reduced food consumption in the winter is always something that you can use. And if the game gets later and later, you just want to have that tile. And yeah, just making a new tile that makes me personally want that tile just for the bonus. I think it has to mean that it is a quite good new tile. Yeah, because if I don't want to go around it and don't want to take it, like you can always say like that it isn't so good, but players will be tempted to take that, so it gotta be quite good. And I think it's not like too overpowered right here. Yeah. Let's go to the other editions. You are now notified whenever your units enter a fight, if you didn't initiate the fight. Yeah, I gotta say it's now really working better than before. I get notified way more often, even though I think there are still some times where you don't get notified, but I personally heard often from other players that they tell it. I think that I mostly hear the sound, but I didn't react to it. But yeah, other players definitely told me that they have still some problems with when the Raven is attacking their main tile, but that didn't happen to me in the last time. Can't say it like that. But in the other fights where I usually felt like okay, there were no notification, I get notified right now. So really big change. Yeah, helped me a lot. You can now choose the target of your healers in the healer set. Yeah, that's one of the changes I were waiting for a lot, man, because we're always a little bit crazy that the healers just do it for themselves. If you don't quite know it when the beta comes out, just click on your healer's hut. You will see all your wounded villagers and war chiefs and whatever listed up, and you can just click on the one you want them to heal, and yeah, they will start healing him. It's a really good change. Thank you, Charu. Oh, I waited for that. Disease modification. A sick unit now loses 50% of his max HP and then stops being sick. So that belongs to the big sickness modification that they implemented into the game. It goes together with the red infestation. It gets now some of your villagers or units sick. How many depends on your population. Yeah, it will. On a normal pop, how to say it, like 20 or 30, there were always like 3 or 4 villagers that got sick for that. Just they wanted to make the red infestation a little bit more dangerous, and I think that were the right choice, because it were really not that scary if you saw that the red infestation came, because you would usually have your silo up and have no problems whatsoever with that red infestation, and it's now cool that it's got a little bit scarier and like evens up a little bit more with the other events that can happen to you, like a dragon infestation, a blizzard, or an earthquake. Like all of these 3 things were way worse than the red infestation. So yeah, good change, I think. And when your population is starving or freezing, buying food or wood while keeping your food or wood production below 0 won't reset your starvation freezing status anymore. Having a positive stock of resources will reduce slowly the number of starving frozen units. Having a positive production rate will reset the starvation freezing status. So yeah, I think that is quite clear. I think it's a good change, of course. It will totally stop the complete, how can I say it, exploit playstyle of the trade wind. Really cool. Yeah, in some points, maybe it's still possible in that term, you know, that you just switch your merchants like back and forth all the time, but it's not nearly as effective than before. And I think that's like with the tile dancing. They didn't need it to totally kill tile dancing to make the people not tile dancing anymore. They just need to get the effectiveness of it down. So yeah. How to explain it? Yeah, if it's not effective to win every game with it anymore, the people will just stop doing it and start doing something else. And I think these changes to the to the sickness and starvation system really helped them out. I really hated that, like, if a unit got sick and I couldn't heal it, I didn't have a healer set up, that it just died, and that I had no chance to just get it back if I don't have the healer set up like fast enough. And then still one healer were blocked for ages of times if a villager just were 10% and sick and he needs to heal him up. So that were quite crazy. So I really like the changes right here. Makes all a little bit better. It's a little bit fairer on the point where you don't exploit anything, and where you exploit anything you just get a little bit more punished for it. That's really cool. Yeah, down to the lore changes. Only food generating building now can have an extra rota worker when upgraded. That's a change to Industrious of the Goat Clan. Yeah, that really does a job. It really just shall stop that you can have like 4 brewers, 4 merchants, 4 sailors, 4 woodcutters, 4 scouts. I could just pick up everything here, but I think you understand, like, that would always really strong and put the Goat Clan a little bit more ahead than the other clans, because yeah, just the sheep amenities and plus the Industrious always made the eco of the Goat Clan like unstoppable. So really good that they weakened that a little bit. The same they got Carpentry Mastery down from the upgrade cost reduction from 30 down to 20%. Yeah, that were really needed, because I think most of the players will now not go anymore for the upper tree, just right for Industrious, because amenities has been moved. Just gonna switch to that. Goat amenities has been moved. It now replaces shipbuilding, formerly replaced medicine. So shipbuilding is completely gone. So usually you will go trading, amenities, carpentry mastery. That will be your goat strat right now, like, I think. That's usually like I played it, but I played it before always with carpentry mastery, and I know that a lot of players didn't do it. They played it with not colonization, like mining efficiency, of course. They played it with mining efficiency. I were like, the savings from carpentry mastery always saved me a little bit for my saved me, like, I would say, like, equal to get the mining efficiency. Of course, there were players, they go with mining efficiency on the mines, just save the stone all the time, and then just got it in with the carpentry mastery. But I think you would have, usually you lose so much time in that. When your enemies just starts rushing you, we're totally screwed if you have all your stone on your, you had all your stone and didn't paid anything of it out. You need to use your stuff, or you're just taking it for nothing. So I guess this tree is quite strong. I can say, like, that the goat is totally stopped right now after this nerf, because I think the goat amenities, you can get it now really early. I were really struggling that before always to get this even. Now it's quite easy to get my amenities right now. Just combined with the new goblins, the kobolds, or maybe the Jötnar, you can just get such a sick food trade up. So you just gotta go trading. Amenities, carpentry mastery, and food trade after it. And yeah, I just went to get a quite good food economy, and then with amenities I just start spamming trading posts everywhere. You don't need merchants in it, you just need the trading posts and start trading with the goblins or Jötnar, whatever you find in there, and yeah, it will give you a really good number of it. Later on in the game you will get, for 6 food that you lose to the goblins, you get like 11 crowns. Yeah, of course, it depends if these neutral camps are quite close to you, but if they are, you still are the old crane machine you were before. You are very slow in comparison to the old one. You can't get up to numbers like, well, I did it one time, but with a long build up to like 120 plus 120. You know, it's still possible, but like it were like a normal number on the old gold trade win, and now it's really like quite impossible. Usually you will get like around the plus 50, plus 60 if you go full all in, and that means you don't have so much like no food economy at all anymore. But it's still very strong, and I don't know if it's still can considered to be considered overpowered, but yeah, it's still a way to get really fast on really a lot of crowns, and I don't know if that's the best thing in there. I was thinking about if goat amenities, just making that more expensive, getting up to 30 gold or 40 gold, would change anything in that, but I don't really think so. I gotta admit that I didn't play too many matches against other players, mostly AI games that I played on here, so I can't really say if you go with the amenities to trade, food trade win, you will usually have not as much army and as in an early state, so against the other player maybe you will just always get punished if you go for this tactic. But I just played it out in a few matches in the old patch in FFA and stuff, and usually it worked really good, and I don't know if this will be the new exploited stuff. Don't know how exploited that is. It's just, this is really just using the stuff you got from the game, but like it's so fast and it's so good. I don't know how it should really be a thing in there. Maybe just set the trade with the Jötnar or the kobolds a little bit down in the end, so you can't get so crazy numbers with it, because I think you can just get unstoppable. And even if not, it's just the best thing you can do to get 6 food. You can get 11 gold, and with that gold you can do everything what you want. Just get a negotiation and then get crazy on the markets, buy your stuff and do everything what you want with it. Yeah, that's why I think the goat, that's what I want to end the video with my little ranking here. That's why I still think the goat should be the strongest clan right now. Right afterward I would say it's the bear. Still strong clan, very consistent, will always be in a good position, I think. Afterwards I would say the stack and the raven in the same position, because yeah, even if many people say no, the raven will be way more strong than stack, I think both clans are very strong in the right hands, and I wouldn't say that I'm the right hands for raven or stack right now, but I think stack has a lot of opportunities that didn't really has been used, and I think there's a lot in the stack. There's a lot. Don't take me my stack away, man. And as weakest clan right now, it's quite hard, but I would say it's the wolf, man. I don't know if I would still say when I play wolf against the goat that I have a chance, what I think is good, because it shows that the game is in a quite balanced state right now. But yeah, I wouldn't really take the wolf from nowhere, because I don't think it's too strong right now. And the more slower the game gets, the more weaker this wolf will get. If he doesn't get like some off a buff or something, I don't really know how to do that. Just like I said before, I think the game is in a quite good state about around that, so I'm not the guy who says, hey, you need to balance everything more out. Like I said, I wouldn't feel too bad to play right now with the wolf against the goat, just like after I set my own ranking here, and yeah, I think you know what I mean with that. So yeah, all over, just let's say a lot of meat for us from Shiro Games. Really a big thanks out of to Shiro just to yeah, let me be to let me be a beta tester. Just give me the opportunity to do that. It's really great. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I gotta say, you really did a great job on this little patch. Little patch, it's quite a big patch. That's what I just wanted to say. Yeah, a lot of new stuff we can play around. Not really were waiting for this. Like Northgard didn't really start to bore me, but yeah, you didn't even get bored from the game, and it's like a heckload of new stuff out. I just love that, man. Like, didn't even found the mystical hawk right now, even though I played a lot of rounds. I think that's like cool because it's the mystical hawk, man, and if everyone would just see him every round, it would be uncool. You know what I mean? So yeah, really like that. Kobolds will really get some fresh air into the game, because what I just think about, if you see that some goat is just trading like hardcore with the kobolds, you can't just rip him out and the goat has nobody to trade with anymore. It will be way more easier than killing the yurt now off. So yeah, just maybe try that. Yeah, all over, really good, really a lot of meat to play through. Yeah, I'm looking forward for this to go live. I don't think it will need too much changes in it. Yeah, I didn't encounter any critical bugs or something. We're all chilled out. Yeah, really enjoyed to play this. I hope you enjoyed to watch this. If you did, maybe just consider to tune in the next time. Yeah, it got quite long again, but yeah. I hope you're happy with sound now. I know it's a little bit more noisy and such, but all cool. Yeah, I will just, like in the last episode, say hit up the subreddit, hit up the Discord. I will just put in the links down below. Yeah, I won't do too much about the info and something. I will just take it from the last video. Just sorry for my little misrecording there. And yeah, see you back on the next time. Ciao.